Hello, welcome to equation part C, absolute value equation. The absolute value of x is the distance measured from the point x to 0 on the line, and it's denoted as a double bar with x in the middle. So here the number 5 and minus 5, both distance to 0 is 5, so their absolute value are the same. Here is the algebraic definition of absolute value. What I meant by that is how do you identify what's absolute value without drawing pictures? Well, we look at the number itself that's taking absolute value. If the number we are looking at is positive, then the absolute value is self. However, if the number identifies negative, then we flip it by sticking another minus sign in the front. So for example, absolute value of minus 5, since it's negative, we'll put a minus sign in the front, turns into 5. So absolute value equations like these does not have any solution because absolute value is always positive. The absolute value obey the law of multiplication, but absolute value of sum and difference cannot be pulled apart. This makes the solving equations a little bit more difficult. Okay. And so there are two ways to do this. And one way is basically absolute value equation are two equations phrased into one concerning distances. For example, if we know the absolute value of something is equal to a, then the x has to be equal to this a or minus a. So in other words, this is split into two equations. And similarly, 2x minus 3 could be 5, or it could be minus 5. So that its absolute value is 5. So, but the two equations here we solve individually, and we can get two answers. And similarly, I can rewrite these two absolute values that's equal only if the contents equal to each other, or the content are exactly the opposite of each other. And each, of course, gives out a solution for x. The other interpretation of absolute value is the absolute value between x minus y is the existence between x to y. So for example, this actually is saying the distance between x and 7 is 12. So on pictures, 7 is the middle and x is 12 away from it. Hence, there are two possible solutions, x equal to 7 plus 12 to the right, minus 12 to the left. In general, so solving this type of equation, we get these two solutions for this type of absolute value equations. Okay. That's it. Bye-bye.